Win-win. All we do is win. Here we are again with Phillips win versus Oliver Voegeli. And Phillips is playing Deadguy Ale, a classic Magic deck, especially in the pre-modern format. It's like basically a black-white card advantage, kind of aggro-y, kind of control-y deck. A lot of discard, a lot of good value stuff. And Oliver is playing the tribe of value. We call them the Goblins. And they draw sometimes they put a bunch of cards in your hand, sometimes they attack for a lot of damage, sometimes they play a lot of free stuff, sometimes they play everything cheaper, sometimes they tutor their deck for exactly what they want. They go all over the place. It's one of my favorite decks of all time, and I love watching it play against almost everything. Plus, they got deck entry you're playing or something. That's so fun.
I don't know if people know who I am. We have a transition.
I am in the booth with TeamJbro from TeamJbro himself, the Cube King from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Let's go. Let's go, Craig Wesco. We got Oliver starting off. So Goblins. So let's ask this: what's your number one play you want on the play with Goblins? You want that one that puts other Goblins into play, right?
Goblin Lackey.
You want the
without
Lackey.
a doubt.
Hey, what up, Ortog? Bless up, homie. Welcome. What up, all my friends? Good to see you, Naked Mancer. Let's go. Okay, so what's happening? We are deciding on mulls. We're thinking. We're tinking. Okay, here we go. Hey, what up, P-Dest?
Is Phillips someone we should know from the Magic? I've never met Phil, but if you guys have any info on him, I have his little sheet he filled out, but all it's telling me is his favorite pre-modern card is Exalted Angel. He's been playing since Caves of Koilos. He's from Milwaukee.
Hey,
near Neck.
like that.
And his favorite deck of all time is Blue-White Flash.
Blue-White Flash, okay. It's a little different than Deadguy Ale, but a lot of advantage. Mog Fanatic. Now, we're not playing by the old rules, where Mog Fanatic used to run house. Damage on the stack, Mog Fanatic attack. Okay, we got double Mog Fanatics.
Double
Okay.
Carplucent Forest.
Oh, man.
From the trees.
Oh, and we got to update the life totals then, right? So,
Yep.
let's see.
18-19 currently. Phillips is ahead in life.
Oh. Wrong one. All right, we're learning. I'm learning while I'm earning. Okay.
We put you on the hard part.
There we go. All right. Oliver, 18-19, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, we're going to get this. Hachimachi. We're in the Tashi station. Okay. So, Deadguy Ale. Sword.
He's gonna
Okay.
plow a goblin. The goblin's going to get thrown at them.
So, down to 18-18. So, why is he plowing a goblin right now? Ooh. Here we go.
I think he is plowing a goblin because he probably has his next two plays all planned out, and he'd rather plow early. Goblins is kind of a critical mass deck a lot of the time, and will like try to get like the more permanents they get to play, the scarier it gets. So I don't hate just killing an early goblin.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a deck that's going to generate advantage. If you 1-for-1 enough, you're just going to generate the advantage you need. Ooh, Goblin Matron. Now there's one of the card advantage Goblin cards. Nice. It's basically...
Phillips,
what's up?
Phillips verdicted him last turn, which made him discard 2 cards, including a land, which gained him through life.
Let's see.
Now he's matroning for a Goblin Ringleader. And Goblin Ringleader is the linchpin of the Goblin strategy.
Yeah, Goblin... Go ahead.
Yeah. He's basically a Forecasting Us Goblin with haste. He's a 2/2. Comes into play, you reveal the top 4 cards of your library and put all the goblins in your hand.
What a house. And in this, it's not just like choose one of those. You get all of them.
You get them all, yeah.
It's ludicrous. Okay.
Looks like a missed land drop from Deadguy,
Ooh.
which is not so hot when you're staring down a Wasteland.
Ooh.
So I think Oliver has a big decision here, because he probably wants to play a land and play that Ringleader, but he also might want to just, kill that Caves of Koilos. But he's choosing the Ringleader. He's going to get a Ringleader, a Goblin Pile Driver, a Goblin Incinerator, and another Pile Driver for the full 4 for 1.
Wow. that
none, really, because he sells
yeah, 4 for none. And
none.
not only for none, it's a 2/2. It's not even a 1/1.
That is card advantage, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh wow, that's that's Goblin Ancestral.
Phillips does not see a land, and he knows it's over.
Well, Ancestral Recall's pretty good, but it can't attack, and it only draws 3.
Yeah.
Like, if we're being real.
It's not even a goblin.
It's not even a goblin. We have the other Phillip. We have the actual other Phillip win in the chat now. So we got both many levels of fame.
How many Philip wins are there?
There's
probably a lot.
Yeah, statistically speaking. But how many amazing Magic players? We got 2 out of them right here. All right. Yeah, so goblins. So, okay, so now we're sideboarding. What do we want to see from Deadguy Ale? What are we going to be?
Well, the big one, if he's playing black, and he is, he probably has Engineered Plague in his board, which is the card that goblin players fear at night. Like,
Engineered Plague, pretty good.
we could use some lists.
Here we go. Okay, and then how do we? Okay, Engineer Plague. There we go. All right, so
we'll see if they come in.
We got
I don't know if they have.
Well, this might be. We're speculating. Engineer Plague. We don't have the deck list in front of us right now, but Engineer Plague, and you can even see there's goblins getting choked out in the sands of this desert where they were probably flourishing before, but once the plague was engineered to make them fail, these goblins can't even breathe. They're -1/-1 and not having any fun. So
pretty targeted, you know.
Yeah, that's nasty. So we're gonna see Engineered Plague probably out of Deadguy. What do we want to see from goblins in this? Well, one of the things Deadguy Ale is doing is it's running more colors, right? Like normally,
black and white.
Oh, it's just black and white. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say we got a couple more.
Usually, goblins. The first thing they try to do is they bring in. Goblin King just to be like an anti-engineered plague, because that will give +1/+1 to all the goblins, except for themselves, of course. And the other thing he might bring in, he's green-red goblins, so or red-green goblins, so there's a pretty good chance that he has some naturalizes in his board or something to remove the plague.
And goblins took down the first game in pretty short order after Deadguy Ale was stuck on 2 lands into a wasteland, and that was after goblins had Goblin recalled for 4 cards with his 2/2 critter. Just don't get much better than that. Fantastic. This is Magic.
Mog fantastic. Double Mog fantastic.
Double Mog if Mog Fanatic is getting Swords to Plowshares, you know it's popping off.
Yeah, and he plowed that turn 1, which we were like, oh, but like honestly, like what could he have plowed there that would have been better?
That was
like,
absolutely
correct.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like it's more like Goblins gets it in the front end, the advantage,
right?
And then when after that, like it doesn't give you a lot of great targets, but it's a lot of great things.
That's right. That's right. It's a critical mass, and it's hard to do once it's assembled. And also on top of that, the goblins that you want to hit later on, it's almost too late. By the time that they drop their Goblin Lords and stuff like that, the couple cards you might want to be doing, you're already at a critically low life, and those 3 or 4 damage that you took extra from the Fanatic is not static. Hey, what up, Real Captain Wacky? Welcome. I'm glad to be on this stream. Thanks again. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Matt.
He's right from your crew, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. We got the squad. Yeah, shout out to all the J-bronies on here, and thanks to Mike Hube for making this happen. Cloud Goat, Cloud Goat Fanatic, he's totally fantastic. The Ranger, so you're not in danger, and if you have not followed, not liked, not subscribed to this channel, you're messing up, because it's amazing coverage like this, and it's to support a great guy who made it all happen. Yeah, MJH is the best. That's right, Rigangity. He does
so much great work with Premodern.
So much. And what a great format. Okay, we're back in it. Is this going to be a monthly thing? Well, BK is the owner of this store, and this is arguably one of the best Magic tournaments of the last 2 years. So I think it's possible.
Small.
Yeah,
small we're probably not going to do it monthly right away. Like, I don't know. I guess if demand keeps up, we might do it that often.
Let's see those sub trains going, baby.
For now, we are going to just probably do it about quarterly.
Yeah, this is also one of the best formats and best constructed time. As you know, I'm a limited player, and I love Cube and I love Magic, but for constructed, this is one of the funnest times I've ever had playing, and that's saying a lot. That's not a keep for Deadguy, only one black source and one shade. Okay, let's take a look. Ooh, Goblin Lackey! Ooh, Goblin Lackey! Alright, we gotta see some removal.
I see a plow in his hand.
He's got plow, he's got planes, okay. He's also, is he thinking about playing the Verdict? There's a Gerrard's Verdict. Okay, there's another black source, I think. That's the dual land. What else is... Okay, so just plowing, right? Now, what's the reason to plow now?
You gotta plow that Lackey.
Is there any reason to plow now as opposed to plowing on his turn?
No.
Just get it out of the way.
They can't stop you, but I guess I think ideally you wait.
Yeah, love Premodern, absolutely. Okay, so we got oh, and by the way, shout out to Oliver for those dope Ice Age lands. I love those Ice Age. Underrated. Not often utilized, not often scrutinized, but fantastic. Great lands. Verdict grips a Lackey trigger. Right, so he might have been considering the Verdict to get the Lackey triggers out of the hand, but I mean, that's pretty risky, you know, and that can go down in a really bad way, given that the Goblins are so good at replacing themselves. Yeah, Verdict is not random, correct. What do we got here? Ooh, we got a little Lynx. A little
Lynx.
A little buck. Alright. What's the proper name of this card? I'm so bad with names.
Spectral Lynx.
Spectral Lynx, thank you. Okay.
It's kind of the white river boa.
Yeah, Spectral Lynx was a staple way back when. Spectral Lynx was a staple of this deck. There's a staple sideboard. But let's see if we can pull this up. No? Okay, whatever. Alright, moving on. So, okay, we got the Matron. Goblin Patron. Gonna go pick up. Yeah, Link is a great answer to Pile Drivers, exactly. And we got Pile Drivers. Ooh, is that a Goblin Lord? I think we see a Lord.
It's a Goblin War Chief.
Goblin War Chief. So that one pumps and hastes, right? One green, one red.
It gives haste and makes all your goblins one cheaper. Actually.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I'm confusing it. Okay.
It's all right. I'll be the.
Yeah, you're
you
the
can
check
play
and
by
balance.
play, and I'll
right.
let you know what's really happening.
Okay. So we got a whole host of yuckies coming down from Oliver. This is gonna be a tough time for Deadguy Ale, even though he's got a grip full of a whole grip to rip. Is that a Dark Ritual?
Yeah.
Is that a Mirage Dark Ritual? Oh my, the best constructed format possibly of all time. Okay, that's the Dark Ritual. Oh my. If you thought Sarah Angel was bad for goblins, wait till you see this guy. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a little morph. You know, it's not 2, it's just like a little 2 for 3. But in its full power, it is a 6 mana, 4/5. It's not lifelink exactly, which is critical for this matchup because lifelink happens simultaneously. This isn't on the stack, right? So it's a trigger.
What you call it? I don't know.
Judge?
I think, yeah.
Exalted Angel?
Exalted Angel says that you gain life. It's not exactly like lifelink, right? All right, we're gonna double check this. We got our pro who's gonna know, but I'm pretty sure that it doesn't gain it right away, so that there are.
Oh, look what's happening here. We're cycling an incinerator on the angel,
and a bolt,
and then we're casting pyrokinesis. Wow, that is.
Oh no, and the Lynx.
That is brutal.
Oi.
It does not have lifelink, so.
Oi, Kowal.
He just.
Oh no.
He just wiped his entire board, and
he's still
swinging in for 4.
That is the play of the day. Oh my gosh. That is a Barding's. Oops. Here we go.
We're down at 16-20 now.
Okay. Oops. Alright, we're gonna get this right.
He's player 1. He's player 2.
16. There we go. It's my first time in the booth. Can anyone tell? Oh man, Goblins. And that's the thing. Goblins is so powerful because there's so much redundancy. There's so much card advantage. And there's so much consistent pressure. That's what I said when you first told me about this format. That's what I said, right? Goblins or slides got to be like.
Yeah, it's like always in the top like 3 or 4 decks.
Yeah, it's so good. And even when it's just...
I think actually overperforms for the amount it gets played, too.
Can you elaborate on that?
Just that it does very well. Even though there are a lot of people playing it, it often is at the top of the standings as well.
And that's just that it's got so much pressure. It's
resilient.
It is resilient.
It's just
that's
like...
right. We just draw
like little
a goblin.
Cockroaches, like
yeah. I mean,
it goes through everything.
Wait, is that a Nantuko? Wait,
That's a Nantuko Shade.
Oh my!
You can toss this one up there if you want.
Oh my. Okay.
Black for a 2/1, and for black mana you can give a +1/+1 until end of turn, as many times as you want or can.
That is a classic. Okay, we're gonna pop this up. Oop, we're gonna pop this up here. Okay. Nantuko Shade. Black
Good.
for a 2/1. Wow.
Oliver goes and gets another incinerator. I like these lines. They, like just... Yeah, let's get our easy card advantage. You want a card advantage of me? I'll card advantage you right back.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Trust me. Yeah, this is... Oh, is that a cop red? Oh my, we've entered the danger zone. Okay, Deadguy Ale bringing it back with the COP red. That is pretty... Is that Tempest? That's a Tempest COP, right?
That's a Tempest Reduction red.
Oh
yes.
my. That's a beatings. From where I come from, them debardings. Okay. Let's see here.
But he did probably bring a Naturalize, because he's worried about Engineered Plague.
Circle Protection red. Prevent, and we got the Tempest version. Treat further damage from this source normally. Good reminder text, thank you. This is pretty tough for goblins. Well, like you said, there's a green season for a reason. There's a reason why we're playing green. It's exactly for this purpose. And actually,
there's a judge call here.
Oh, what do we got going on? Is that a pile? Just asking the language on pile driver. Just making sure he knows.
An incinerator.
Or excuse me, incinerator. Okay.
He's casting a...
Oh no!
Goblin Ringleader, still a champion with the ringleaders.
Goblin Ringleader, Ancestral Recall. Well, and that's the other thing. In Circle Protection, you'd say, well, normally you need Disenchant to get out of this, but actually, it's very possible that goblins can go over the top. I mean, granted...
Yeah, I mean, he could easily have more than 5 creatures in play, and that's all he could pay for.
Right. And not only that, but applying that pressure on the mana every single turn while you're developing your board state and your opponent is not. Further... Oh!
For example.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Put some Pokemon in play.
The Pokemon tokens. The Tokemons. My. Wait, Mike, we got Goblin tokens up there, right?
He said he asked if he could use the signature tokens.
All right, that's fair. That's actually probably better, technically speaking. Oh my. Well, he asked specifically. We're getting.
All right, this is called a crew.
Yeah, the squad is assembled. We need.
There's still a king. There's still a king in hand too.
Oh. Okay, well, Circle of Protection's good, but it ain't that good. Nantuko's good, but it ain't that good. This is ludicrous.
And he can't play anything now, right?
No,
because he needs to leave mana for a circle.
That right? It's just
or some mana.
It's so much pressure, and that's the thing too. He's at 16 life. It's not even like he's down to 5 life. Got to make these tough decisions, make the hard block, sacrifice material for level life. No, it's at 16, and he's in a position where unless there's an engineered play coming, he can't possibly. Yeah, we're entering hard mode. This is hard mode. Deadguy Ale. Might be... Yeah, I might need to Deadguy Pale on this. Or what is this? Oh, is that a Contagion? Is that a Contagion? Alright, we got free black spells. We got free red spells. What is this?
It's a Withered Wretch.
Okay, Withered Wretch.
Probably just brought it in to be a cheap creature to block with.
I guess.
I think.
Yeah, there's
because Goblins doesn't really do anything with the graveyard.
No graveyard synergies really, but... Oh, it's tightening. It's tightening.
Well, the king is here.
The king is here. All right, that's the The game is getting tighter for Deadguy Ale. What are the outs at this point? You need a sweeper, right? There's no Wrath, though, right? Oh, and there's still the Goblin Incinerator. Oi, Gavalt. Brutal Assault. So he's checking if Circle Protection Red can protect against this, but it specifically says prevent all damage to you from a red source. It does not prevent all damage from a red source. There are cards templated that way.
Adjust the game score, please. They just asked about that. The Goblins won the first game, so...
Oh, my bad.
And
Play 2-1-1. And I think that...
here comes a Prospector, too? Oh, man.
Yeah, this is... Oh, Hachimachi.
Wait, what happened with the...
With the judge call?
He cycled...
Now these two, if they were to draw, they would both have 13.
Oh.
And then if the person is...
I thought he cycled his Incinerator.
So these two can't save them. So they have to play, which means one of them's going to have 15.
Thought he did as well. We might have to get some clarification on this because...
So the top 6
Wait.
Because they're all going to have 13 points or more.
Wait, we might need a judge call on this. I don't know if that's right, actually.
I think... What did
because
happen?
you can't... the circle protection obviously can't do creatures.
I think he used a Circle Protection to save his creature.
With a jump out incinerator?
Correct. Which is not how that card works. They did look it up, but they should have called a judge. Let this be a lesson. Always call a judge, even if you think you know, or if it's 95% likely. There's no reason not to. It's what the judges are there for. They're happy to help. But I'm pretty sure that's not right. It's possible we missed something, and something happened outside of something weird, but it looks pretty weird. Okay, so now they're... Okay.
Here's the thing. I think he's still not losing this game.
Well, even if it went the other way, even if the call still went for it.
Even with Copperhead preventing any damage to from any red source to anything.
Okay,
he's
so
still,
looking up the language again.
He's still probably not losing from this position.
Yeah. Even the best Copperhead of all time can't get you out of the Goblin Trap. Yep.
It's like a Crimson Acolyte crossed with a...
Yeah, that's right.
with a Silver Reduction Red.
Yeah, he ultimated Copperhead. He used the ultimate ability. And it was not enough. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Goblins has so much... That's the thing that people misunderstand about Goblins, is through creature creep. Like, way back in the day, this was really the beginning of that, when they started attaching spells to creatures. Mana War, Goblin Matron, etc.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so you have Goblin Matron, which basically serves as Demonic Tutor. You have Ancestral Recall, and all the while they're all attached to bodies. They're still coming in for damage. So you think you wiped them out. Oh, I had this swords. I got this Copperhead. I'm doing all this stuff. It's like, no, you're still way behind the 8-ball. You just don't. Oh, another matron. Golly.
Yep, that's gonna go to Oliver.
Yep. Winner, Goblin dinner.
So just a quick update on that. So what happened was they realized that, it didn't happen the way it should have. And we talked about backing it up. He said, there's no way I'm winning this game. I'm just going to concede.
Right,
so
yeah.
It wasn't like a punishment thing. It was
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I didn't
and that was
think
not.
so.
It didn't look malicious.
We were like, wow, even if this card worked the way they thought, he still couldn't win this game.
Yeah, thanks for the update. And that was the Cloudguard Ranger himself, who has made this all possible. And big shout out. If you have not given a follow, not given a subscription to this channel, do yourself a favor and savor the flavor. One of the best streams you'll ever have the pleasure of watching. And you get some awesome old school nostalgia magic with some, dope commentators, stuff like that. So make sure you give a follow. Make sure it's not hollow fantastic.
So we probably have a pretty good picture of what the top 8 is at this point, right?
Yeah, right.
Do you know what happened to table 4? Or 3 or 4? Or, sorry. Mike's butt touched the seat, and I was like, "Hey, why don't you find out this?" So he's gonna look and see what happened in at table 4 at the top tables, and we'll probably have a pretty good picture of what that top 8's going to be.
Oh, so the Engineer Explosives did go in. Contagion. So Contagion, like Pyrokinesis, was one of these cards. Everyone thinks of Force of Will, but there's other free cards from way back in the day.
Yeah, it was a whole cycle.
Yep. There was the white one that, has prevented damage and +1/+1 counters. There's the green one that gave +1/+1 counters.
The black was a staple when Necropones was legal.
Oh, yeah.
Because you could just Necro up way high and then wipe out everything.
Yeah, and for no mana. It was ludicrous.
Yeah, it was good.
But this was one of the best Pyrokinesises I've ever seen. That was an amazing line of...
Yeah. Kill Pyrokinesis away your Exalted Angel and your Lynx.
And draw a card off the Goblin that he cycled. Golly, what a house. Oh my.
You think he was just sitting there like, man, I should have played that cow red first? Sorry. That's mean.
I don't think so. Yeah, Scars of the Veteran, that's right, and Bounty the Hunt, that's right. Comic knows, Comic gets it. Let me ask you this, Chad. One of the pleasures of watching this format is that there's so much nostalgia value, so many cards that I grew up playing with. I'm Boomer Magic, but I grew up playing with them like, oh yeah, that was so fun. What is some of your best experiences watching the stream today, enjoying this format of Magic? What do you really get a kick out of? Besides the Cop Red ultimating, which was pretty cool. I've never seen that before. Ultimate Cop Red. Pretty sweet. I'll take it. How about you? What about you, BK? What's been your most... What's been the deck? I know this is a format right up your alley, but
yeah.
What's been the deck or one of the cards that's really like thrown you for a loop? That's really like tripped your trigger?
Like best? You mean best deck, or like what my favorite decks are, or
yeah, or your personal favorite, not necessarily best, but your personal.
Man. So I think I have the most fun when I'm playing this deck. I don't think this deck's like the best deck in the format or anything, but I really love playing Tax Rack. Anything with like Land Tax and Scroll Rack. I mean, I don't play the one of the most popular Tax Rack decks is Pink Prison, which is basically like destroy all your opponent's stuff and control their lands and make it so they can't do much. I don't like playing that much. Like I'm not that big on the lockouts. But just like I like having a aggro deck with it. I like the Oath decks with. There's some Oath decks with it that do that. Earlier we saw a Sands of Time Equipoise deck last round that had Tax Rack in it. But like Land Tax, basically Land Tax is if your opponent has more lands than you, you can search for 3 basics, put it in your hand. It's up on the screen right now. And Scroll Rack is a card that lets you pay a mana, tap it, and exchange as many cards as you want in your hand with cards on top of your deck.
So it's basically like drawing, you get to just cycle.
It turns into a really crazy card advantage engine.
Yeah, totally. Okay, we got Brill Cardi saying, best part of the tournament, watching Caleb find a tournament. Oh my, that's aggressive. Well, Caleb is certainly doing well.
Caleb wins.
Caleb's pretty good at the magics, I gotta say. He's not bad. He's also good at the cubes, which is the best magics, but also this is the best magic. Hey, what up, Rainweaver? Nostalgia factors off the charts. Multiple things I was thinking would be cool I haven't seen yet. What are some examples of that? What do you like to see? Yes, we got top 8 coming up. That was a relatively quick match. I don't know if we're going to transition the other match on stream or not, but we'll see. We'll check.
Are they still playing Lang and Clipple?
We'll see if we can get Lang and Clipple up for you guys. If their match is still going, we'll transition them into the booth. But
and I believe that matchup is
Well, we got some story time.
That's a mono black control deck, I think.
Ooh, oh, that was a great deck. Oh, they're done. Okay.
Who won?
Jeff.
So is that the mono black?
Okay,
deck?
so Jeff Clipple defeated Lang. So that means.
Ooh, do we have any stasis in the top 8? That's a good question.
That means we might have a shakeup here. Okay, so the top 6 players all drew and are almost definitely in the top 8. Are definitely in the top 8. I think mathematically there's no way. So the top 8 so far is Michael Evans on Stasis, Lewis Kaplan on Blue-White Landstill, Ricky Thorson on Stasis, Brandon Adams playing the Phyrexian Devourer combo, William Hurst playing Sly, Caleb Durward playing Allurin, and then Jeff Clipple defeated Ben Lang, and he was playing, I want to say he was playing Sly as well. So it might be 2 slide decks at the top 8.
Hey, and big
And then that match you just watched, Phillips was actually playing down. So now Oliver has 12 points. And might. So it's probably either he's going to be in the top 8 with Goblins, or my guess is either because this kind of throws everything out of whack, because now we have Oliver at 12, we have Phillips at 12, and we have Ben Lang with Mono Black at 12, and we have a host of other 9s that will also probably become 12 pointers.
And we'll get another matchup on you soon. We're just waiting for zone transition.
Yeah.
Also,
Oliver's tiebreaks are really good, so there's a pretty good chance I would say that this Goblin deck is going to sneak in that you just saw. But I think it's going to be either that or the Mono Black control deck.
yes. And also, we got a huge Magic celebrity, Jim Davis, in the chat. Big shout out to Jim Davis. If you've not followed his stream, you're messing up. Fantastic stream, part-time dreamer, and in many ways, my arch nemesis. He is consistently...
Yeah, you guys have quite a rivalry
Yes.
going, right?
Well, I mean, technically, a rivalry probably, like, I don't know what you'd call it.
Would involve each of them defeating the other. Right?
There'd be some back and forth. It's not precise language for this, given that...
I
believe in
have
hockey.
you just never beaten him? He's beaten you every time?
I believe in hockey, it's called the TeamJbro hat trick, which is where Jim Davis loses 1, 2, 3 Cube for Charity events in a row. So I don't know what you call that, but whatever that is, that's what we got going on. So shout out to Jim Davis. If you have not given him
So
a
he's
follow-
like your punching bag, more or less. Like you like choose to go up against Jim Davis rather than
it's probably-
other competitors.
Yeah,
because you know you'll defeat him.
Jim is you know what you're getting with the Jim Davis Cube tournament. Yep, that's right. Okay, so we got Phillips.
Although he's also is pretty damn good, because like didn't he just go undefeated at Pro Tour or something like that?
Well, not only did he go undefeated at the Pro Tour, he's the first one in Magic history ever to do it. And how long has competitive Magic been around? 25 years? No, 90. Let's see, 28 years. Sorry, let me get out of your way.
A zillion years.
A zillion years. He is the first. Oh, we got Zach Dubin up. Nice. He is the first of all in Magic history to go product of slander. Well, is it slander if it's true? Well, either way, Jim Davis is the first ever to go undefeated. So we give and we take. And big shout out to Jim. He's also a fantastic content creator, so give him a follow. But
and a good sport.
And a good sport. And also, supposedly, although I've never seen it in real life, an amazing hockey player and StarCraft player and okay at basketball. These are things we're going to have to see when the
Maybe
time
you
comes.
two should play one-on-one for charity.
I'm 100% down for that. We'll make that happen sometime. Come for me, homie. Team Pile Drivers. Oh, my.
Oh, we got more Goblins on the stream.
Oh, yeah, we got Goblins for Jim Davis. Hell yeah. We got Matthew Arnold coming up against the Zach Dubin, another great streamer. If you've not followed Zach Dubin, check him out. We got Landstill versus Goblins.
Yeah.
What more classic matchup than this?
Matthew Arnold's one of my favorite customers of the store. He's a regular at Misty.
Shout out to Matthew.
He loves building decks. He loves trying new things. He's playing my personal Goblin deck right now.
Wait, Jim Davis has 1v1 basketball any day of the week? It's Saturday right now. I got my shoes on. I'm here. Where are you? I am ready. You stay steady. I'll stay ready, baby. Let's go.
Man, this is
Okay, so we got... Oh!
getting real in here.
Oh my. I did not realize this. Oh my. Ancient Tomb. Is that an Ancient Tomb?
That's an Ancient Tomb. I'm a believer in making my thing happen, not
Oh my gosh.
ruining my opponents.
That is ludicrous.
So
Goblins is so good.
I don't play any Wastelands. I just play 2-mana lands instead.
That is so good. Okay, so there's Goblin Lackey. Oh man, ludicrous. This deck is so good. Okay, we're gonna update the. We got Zach on Zach attack. We got Landstill versus Goblins, and we're gonna keep it throbbling. Okay. Something's happening. We got, I think that was a Landstill just got played, which, I mean, that's the thing. Even Landstill against Goblins, like, okay, you get your, like, poopy Ancestral Recall that costs 2 mana, isn't even a creature. Goblins gets, like, actual Ancestral Recall that's actually, like, better Ancestral Recall. That's a Goblin that can attack. It has haste too, right? Is there anything goblins can't do?
No, goblins can do anything.
Goblins can do anything. All right, I'm gonna
They just have to believe.
Yeah, I wish there was like. Yeah, what? I wish there was like a streamer who was really into goblins and made like apparel through Coalesce or something like that. We could, like talk to, but like
Yeah,
there's
I wonder
gotta be a thing.
You might like you know what? You would lose to Jim Davison, a goblin liking contest.
That's true. It is the Zach Jubin.
Maybe you should just make it. Maybe you should like play one-on-one basketball with him, and then do a goblin's mirror against him.
Okay. Like a decathlon.
I'm setting this up for you, Jim.
And then we gotta do StarCraft. We gotta do Zerg Rush.
StarCraft?
Yeah, Cannon Rush versus Zerg Rush. Okay, so we're 1-1. Goblins cannot tap to prevent 2 damage. That's true. Touche. Okay, so all right, we take 1 more damage, down to 15. What are we pulling up? We're fetching for. Oh, it's a humility! It's a humility! Oh no! That is bonkers. What does Zach have to say about that? Hachi Machi Station Tashi. Humility removes all abilities. Oh my. Oh my. The game changer. All your 1/1s are actually just 1/1s. Ooh, I don't know how we get out of this.
Oh. This one? Under the paper.
Oh.
You're leaving?
Like, on stream, but can you hold
1
on
second.
for a few minutes? Okay. Are you down for a B-ball Goblin Mirror StarCraft triathlon?
Interesting.
Say that. Easy to say behind a screen, Jim. We'll see it when we beat it. That's. Oh, but you know what? It's possible. It is definitely possible that goblins can. Ooh, not anymore. Oh, I was gonna say enough 1/1s to get it done, but that's a Wrath, and that's not only a Wrath. That's the Portal Wrath. Oh my. Good grief, Goblin Thief. It is popping off. Okay, let's update the land life totals. Let's see, it's. Oops. Is that 9 or 6? Red Elemental Blast, okay, okay. So we are still in this with goblins, but my oh my. Zach looks like he's running away with this. I don't know how we're gonna come back. Well, if goblins has to lose, I guess okay to lose Zach. Yeah, Zach Dubin, great guy. Local here in Madison, fantastic player. Not sure if he's a rhyme sayer, but also a great streamer. Okay, so we got a 1/1. And also, one thing about Humility it's kind of weird is it's one of the most complicated cards in Magic because of layers. And one of the complications is how it affects creature lands, such as Mishra's Factory, which actually, despite how it kind of feels like it should be intuitively, is a 2/2, not a 1/1. Now, why is that? You're gonna have to get someone smarter than me. You know about that, BK? Why is Humility make Mishra's Factory a 2/2, or why does it not make it a 1/1 rather?
Magic's like an onion or an ogre. It's got layers.
It's got layers, baby. Oh, another Wrath to knock out the 1/1s. Oh my gosh, Zach is in total control. It is unwinnable at this point. I'm calling it.
It's 9-9.
It's 9-9, but not everything's fine. Goblins, Goblins is a braggadocious, ferocious.
That's a 5-mana 1/1.
That's a 5-mana.
He's forbidding it.
Why? Just because he can. Just because it's the mean.
I think
scene.
the 1 damage he took from his pain land was more than he was going to take from the sieging commander.
Oh man. Humility, that's the thing. The goblins are proud people. Goblins are a proud creature, and when they can't get featured, that's okay. So 3-mana 1/1. That's better than a 5-mana 1/1 in this context. Nope. Not up in here.
Zach says I got some 1/1s too.
I got a couple 1/1s, and I'm gonna draw a card off them.
Is this the third game?
Yeah, this is game 3, 1-1, and it's done. No attack because he was saving up for the extra 1/1, for the extra soldier token, cycling and just making it happen, Cap'n. Oh my, oh my. They're in circle protection red. Oh no. Now is this the ultimate circle protection red, or is this just regular? I guess it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Okay. Another 3-mana 1/1. Alright, we're down from down 8, down to 5. Boy, oop. Okay, there we go. Ugh. Golly. This is so bad. This is so bad. And that's lethal, baby. That's 6. Call it quits. Zach Dubin proving why land still is pretty good, and it's pretty much humility. Humility saved the day, and that's the thing. Even with double wrath, goblins can easily overcome that scum. But with humility, it ain't got no ability. It's like you're preempting. You're preempting demonic tutors and goblin matron. You're preempting, the pumpers. It's just too strong, too strong. Yeah, Seth, you're Madison.
Yeah, we missed you, man.
You gotta come up.
I can't wait to see you come to the next one.
Absolutely, Seth. What are you rocking in the next one? Hey, sometimes you gotta counter the 1/1.
He was talking goblins earlier. He loves goblins.
Yeah, goblins is pretty. Despite what we saw here, and that's the thing. Humility, in my opinion, I don't get why all the white decks aren't, all the white control decks aren't just running humility, right? Because you've also got Enlightened Tutor in this format, right? So it's like. Just bullet that baby.
They do. Like almost all the white decks have like 1 humility.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah.
I take it back.
Yeah, Seth's awesome. If you ever need to win a softball tournament, have that guy at speed dial.
That's what I call him, Softball Seth.
Yeah, he can knock it out. He knocks it out of the park like 70%.
Is he good on defense?
Yeah, he's good. He's good everywhere.
All around. What pre-modern deck best represents Seth's abilities in softball?
Wow.
Is it rock? A lot of disruption, a lot of power.
He's big boom booms,
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're talking.
Maybe Reanimator.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? Oath of Druids? Oath of Sevens?
Oath of Druids. Yeah. Okay, that could work.
Oh, Seth doesn't play defense. Okay.
He doesn't play defense.
We're all gas, no pedal with this deck. All right. Humility is a powerhouse. Well, it's also. Yeah, it's. I mean, think about what it does to elves. Think about what.
I got a question for you.
Let's go.
Actually. Out of the 2 decks we just saw, what card from them do you think is your first pick out of all of them in cube, if they were all laid out in 1 pack?
If they're all in 1 pack, it's definitely humility, because if humility's in a cube, you know that there's stuff around, like it's planned for the sand. But if, aside from that, let's see, and Goblin Lackey's another one like that, just a strong indicator card where if a card like that if someone took the time to model their cube and put it in, you know that it's going to pay out big if you put it early dividends. But I would say...
I'm going to get a cube that has Goblin Lackey in just to throw you off with no other goblins.
Just shapeshifters.
Yeah.
just like
the
like amoeba one. And
no, you have to have like the conspiracy in play.
Yeah. But if you do,
you can put that together. That's some combo, right?
Yeah, it's worth it. Let's see what else.
Put it as a chroma into play.
And also, I like the sweepers. I like the wrath. I like the pyrokinesis. What else? Yeah, actually,
Standstill?
I was gonna say Standstill might be a standout if we're cubing with it, because again, when you see, here's a pro tip for everyone watching. When you see a standout card like that that's really powerful and really corner case, if someone's taking the time to put in a cube, it has a home, and often multiple homes. And if you're the one taking it, you're the one baking it, meaning other people are just going to be passing the other parasitic cards in it late. So if someone has that dynamic going, then you're just going to be growing. Mm-hmm. Voice in the woods with no other elves. There we go. That's a good way to do it. All right. Softball leagues I've played in count.
Maybe I'll just do like some payoff cards for creature types, but not no other creature types.
I like that
in the cube. So
I like that. Just to.
You have to is there a magical hack for creature types? Like you could change the goblin word
That
on
is
the
a good
text
question.
to something else.
Chat, do we know?
I don't know.
So, all right, well, let me ask you this, BK. Out of all the matchups we've seen today, what do you think was the most interesting? Or what deck did you think was most interesting?
Let's see. You know what was more interesting? I thought it was like, well, let's see. Watching Rob Castro play 5-color green against Enchantress was pretty interesting.
5-color
It was
green.
closer than it looked, I thought.
What happened?
Like, he,
It's a tough matchup.
Enchantress won in 2 games. I thought it'd be tougher for him, but it actually wasn't like. He almost like got. He was pretty close to like getting the trade win going on him, you know, and like.
It's so funny because Rob Castro is probably the more than anyone most famous for making 5-color green a thing, right?
Yeah, people don't even know it's a deck though. So how successful is that?
Well, shout out to Rob Castro, but also
Yeah, Rob's great.
when we talked to Janoska, aka Jacob Danger, one of the best Magic players of all time, what was he saying? His mind went right to Trade Wind Rider, right? So, it's for all our OG fans. And let me ask you this too. Do you remember? I'm not going to say who was involved with this because I don't want to put it like that. But do you remember when Jacob was playing it? When Jacob Danger, one of the best Magic players of all time, was playing against. He was playing a. What deck was it? A Urza's Saga. What was the broken deck before they banned it in Urza's format? With Mind Over Matter?
High Tide.
High Tide. He's playing a High Tide deck, and he's playing against the tech at the time, which was Jester's Cap. And his opponent had just Jester's capped what he thought was all the win conditions. Do you remember this?
Yep. He was
We're not
playing
going to say who's playing against.
He was playing against.
We're not going to say who's playing. We don't
He
want
was
to.
playing against Memory Jar.
Yep, he's playing against Memory Jar.
Yeah. His opponent took all his win conditions out.
Took all the win conditions.
And
You know about this story?
Then Jacob kept playing,
And
and his
and-
opponent was getting mad at him.
And his opponent was
because
yeah, like
all the Stroke geniuses are gone. There's no way for him to win, you know.
and his opponent was like saying like, you know, and like you gotta quit, like you're just blowing up the clock. And Jacob knew. He's like, nope. He had it all worked out.
So eventually he starts going off, and like he's still like his opponent's still kind of livid because he's going off, but like he gets a Mind Over Matter into play, and then he just starts tapping and untapping the City of Brass that the Jar player has in play until they die.
One damage at a time. From
And by that
20.
time, like a whole crowd is watching the match.
It was the last match of the day. Everyone's watching, and we watched one of the best Magic games of all time, which was going off with.
That was the best victory I'd ever I have still ever
Absolutely.
seen in a Magic
That was
game. Like, as far as,
100%.
Like just like the opponent just. You can't win. Scoop him up.
And talking through every single turn in a really
Yeah.
derogatory kind of not mean, but like
Yeah.
he was obviously upset because he thought he's just
Yeah.
wasting his
I
time. I
don't-
want to get some food. I want to go to the bathroom.
Kind of don't blame him because, like,
Yeah.
I don't think most people watching would be like think like he had a way to win.
So for those who don't know, Mind Over Matter is a blue 2, so 5 CMC enchantment that you can discard a target card to either tap or untap a permanent, and when combined with City of Brass and 40 cards, that is a win con. It was amazing. It was definitely one of the best I've ever seen. So we're just coming up to... It's 6?
Yeah, that was round 6.
6
Oh,
cats
it's
of gods.
4. Oh, my bad. All right, I'm going to pull this up. My bad. That's on me.
I'm gonna step out of the booth.
Okay, we're going to pull this up and...
Do you want to sit with John, or should we go on break, or?
Yeah, so just give a quick update of where we're at. I think there's 1 or 2 matches playing. The time was just called in the round. I think we have our top 8 completely set. Did you guys talk about that at all?
No, but before that, I have some questions for you.
Sure.
So this is your baby.
Sure.
You're the reason for the season.
Yeah, I
You
guess.
set this all up and got us Buck.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that a little bit. First of all, how did you come to be here today? How did you create all this?
Really, I mean, the Premodern tournament was BK's idea that he thought, oh, I want to do this at the store. This is something that I'm interested in, and he thought that enough people would want to play.
But I mean this.
And so, I mean, it was kind of an extension of me. I've done some stuff at home since COVID started is when I started streaming, and I've always done Premodern stuff, but it's always been webcam based. So I've done coverage of tournaments or organized my own tournaments, but it's all been remotely. So this was the first opportunity that I had of trying to do something live.
And you set up the lighting, you set up the cameras, you set all the technical stuff up. You've got the setup, the display going, everything, right?
Yeah. So what I did was I looked at a lot of like other streams and kind of made notes of the things that I liked about what they did and kind of tried to imitate that. And I had gone to a tournament series like the NRG series and talked to them and asked about like their equipment and kind of things. And
Shout out
how
to
they
Nerd Rage Games.
Yeah, I really enjoyed their coverage of what they do and a lot of inspiration for the stuff that I've done. But I kind of just tried to copy the things I liked from different streams and with the equipment that I bought. And I've been pretty happy with it. I feel like the quality's been pretty good. So I've been, I don't think we've had too many issues. I know the frame rate or the dropping frames was something we had earlier, but
well, that's out of your control. That's an external factor.
So,
I've been there.
Yeah,
as a streamer, I know exactly how that goes. But no, this is fantastic, and what great content for a Saturday for people to watch, as well as have archived, right?
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this: do you have to sub to your channel to see the old videos?
no,
or...
everything's available to anyone. So
Well, you should sub anyway. Fantastic channel. Support this. If you like what you're seeing, don't be fleeing. Sub and come back and help out Mike. And also, from your perspective, how's today gone? Is this what you
really
imagine?
well? Yeah, like I was a little worried initially that we weren't going to have enough people, and I was talking about covering a tournament that might only have like 12 people. But then I think BK did a good job of letting people know.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then slowly the interest kind of built, and then
I
I could tell like early in the week when we had 25 people like pre-registered, and there were still people that had talked that they were going, and so I'm really happy with the amount of players. We had 47, and I think that is a great number. It feels like it's like a big enough tournament, and I know the energy has been really cool. Just like the people that show up, it does kind of capture like that drive. I know like when I used to PTQ or go to those tournaments, and like I feel like that energy is what a lot of people brought as compared to like some of the other tournaments that I've gone to lately. It's not the same. So a really cool atmosphere that the players had. So.
Well, not only that, it's also yeah, like it's something that we're gonna keep doing, right? It's gonna be built on.
Yeah, I think BK is planning on doing more of these. I don't know exactly how soon, but it is something that he plans on doing regularly or semi-regularly at the store. So there will be more opportunities for Premodern.
Now, you've been running all this back and forth, doing a ton of work behind the scenes. And let me say this, too. To make this happen, to get coverage, to get for all this work, it's a lot of work. Have you actually got to enjoy some of the matches today?
A lot of it has been like when I've been running up and looking at like the feature match or whatnot. So I haven't sat down as much, but I get little glimpses of the matches, and I do get recaps for some of the players that I know. So that's my vicarious way of living through the tournament, is usually through people's stories.
And you're gonna rewatch it, right?
Yeah. I'll have the coverage archive so on my YouTube channel, and I'll definitely watch through the rounds that I didn't do commentary on. So
nice. Yes, this is Mike. Well, different Michael.
Yeah, Michael Hoyp. Yeah.
Do you know Michael Arnold?
Michael Arnold is another Premodern player that from the webcam community. So, yeah. So.
Well, Chad, is there anything you'd like to express to Mike, and anything you want to say? I'll just say thank you. Thanks for putting all this on. Fantastic.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for jumping in the booth. And,
it's great. Thanks for letting me in. And was there a deck? I know obviously you're working it, but what was the deck you would have played if you were not doing this?
Kind of my go-to, I say, is the Rock, just because I like how you get to play games of Magic. The other deck, I guess, I've said that before when we talked about it earlier. I'll say like the other deck I really enjoy that I don't think like anybody really respects is Balancing Things.
Can you elaborate on that? I'm not familiar.
Yeah, so like all the lands have the ability to sacrifice themselves. Some like come into play tap, but you can sack them for 2 mana. But then it plays the card Balancing Act, it basically counts up the number of permanents in play, and whoever has like less on their side, you have to sacrifice down that. So the deck is set up so that you won't have any permanents in play when it resolves, and so it takes advantage of that with like a card like Terravor or a card like Anurid Brushhopper. So it's all set around there. To get that going.
I was going to put Balancing Act up.
Yeah.
Expertise.
I can pick that one up. So.
Nice. Oh, property. Gotcha.
Oh, no, it's Interact. So here, I'll bring up Balancing Act. Yeah, so. And it's real consistent because you can do it with Burning Wish to get Balancing Act, or Obliterate kind of does like a good job of standing in for that effect. and it's really a blast to play.
All right, here we go. Balancing Act, classic.
So
Classic. What a great format. Is there a tournament bracket anywhere? Good question. I don't think so.
I don't have anything. I might have time to set up like a graphic. We don't have like, if you're talking about like interacting and like betting channel points or something, I don't have anything for that. But,
Not yet.
but-
That's a good suggestion for later.
But I might be able to get a graphic up. But I think we might be starting our top 8 somewhat soon, so I don't know if I will have anything.
And we can just
ready,
talk
but-
through that for you, Zedru, too. We can answer any questions you have. So let's go over that real quick. Who do we got in the top 8 and what are the decks?
I know. I had a sheet marked up. So I know players I know like Caleb Durward. He's on Aloran.
Caleb D. In the place to be.
And then Lewis Kaplan's on the Landstill deck.
Yep.
There's, I know a Sly deck that I think was one that we showed on stream. I think Hurst was his last name. There's 2 Stasis decks in the top 8, so we haven't.
2 Stasis?
Yes, well, that was the most
Wow.
played deck, so there were 5 Stasis decks in the tournament, so we haven't had it on coverage yet, so I think there's likely that it will be at some point of the top 8 that it will get on camera.
Stasis, fantastic.
There-
Sarah Angel.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good way to counter it. I'm trying to think what the other decks were.
We don't have a rock deck, right?
No, I think only one person played the rock in the tournament, and
We don't have mono black.
I think
that make it
the mono
through?
black did make
Oh,
it
it was
to the
mono
top 8.
black,
So
okay. Mono
it's
black
likely
control.
it's likely that we'll show that. 'Cause
Oh, and Devour, right?
yes, and the
Devour.
the Devour that we did see earlier on stream. I think
Which can
that
go
deck-
off turn 2.
Turn 2,
Fairly
yes.
consistent, relatively consistently.
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, you get a little bit lucky, but it's not like out
It's-
of the question to
Yeah.
win on turn 2. So. All right, well, I think that's going to leave us with probably a short break because I think they are just getting ready for top 8 stuff. But yeah, so I'm going to try and get some graphics situated for the top 8, and we will back with the coverage there. So sit tight, and once again, I want to thank JBro for stepping in the booth and providing some excitement here. Glad to have you. But just for a moment, we will be on a quick break, so sit tight, everyone. We will see you soon.
Bye. Thank you.